How's it going? Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not really working on the truck. I'm just here hanging out at the warehouse with Jack. I am going to be doing, well, I guess I am going to be working on the truck a little bit. So in my last video you saw that I've already changed the sub out to two 6-inch subs. And I was waiting on this little connector piece because I only had one, and then when I went with two I need another one. So I'm going to go ahead and install this on the sub. Right now I just had like a small hole that I put the wire through, so like air is kind of escaping through there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then go ahead and paint it. Meanwhile, Jack's 80, got the 40 and the 60. So right now what he's doing, so there's a bunch of trail rash from the last trip we did, mainly more back here in the rear fenders. These kind of got caved in, and I think this one was already kind of cut, so I think on mine it goes just a little bit lower and something like that. So well, actually this one wasn't caved in, it was just had a bunch of holes. So that's kind of what we're working on right now in the 60s, kind of patching it up. You can see there's a plate on the bottom as well. That's already in place. The other side is what got caved in. This side got really caved in. I think what you trimmed some of it off already?
Yeah, basically to match the other side.
Yeah.
And I trimmed it off, I made a plate, and now I'm like tacking the plate on. I also made a video about all this stuff too. So I have footage of me like forming the plate and all that. So now I'm working on this patch, trimming it up a little bit in the corners, making it fit.
And I think from a while back, there's a bunch of little rust patches that were here. I think that's actually, here we go. I think this is what was here before, which he didn't take care of. I guess when he painted and did some body work, I don't know, about a year ago or so. I guess mainly because the point of this truck was just to use it for parts.
Mm-hmm. So actually what happened is you couldn't see it until you removed the window, because it looked, basically the weather stripping was covering all the holes and stuff. So when I painted it, I'd never removed this window. And then when I did the headliner, I had to remove it. And then when I put it back in, it like sunk in further and you could see the holes. And so yeah, I didn't know they were there when I did all the original work because it didn't look like there was anything. And I discovered it and just been kind of putting it off since. But yeah, I'm going to take this headliner out because the front windshield needs to come out. Because some of the work that I did originally on the other corner, there's like a little rust crack you can see. So
oh yeah, right there.
I'm gonna pull this out, wire wheel this down and see what's going on and fix it. And then it'll be pretty much sealed up. Only other thing as far as body wise is fixing this the tranny hump with the gear shifters and stuff. Letting a ton of air, and the duct tape is really not sealing off the interior look here.
So now like this parts car is turned into a project.
Oh,
Well, it's already been a project.
Graduated from parts car.
Now it's gonna be a frame off.
Not yet.
So Jack actually did a frame off on the 40. If you guys want to see more about the 40, you know, we can do like a walk around on it. You know, comment below and we'll go ahead and do that. But for now, I'm gonna go and work on that sub box and get that painted and.
Next is this guy. And these welding gloves are nice, but they're like bricks.
What?
Fingers are like
Not really flexible or what?
Yeah, you like completely lose dexterity, but they're good at keeping hot metal on. So that's the most important, I guess. Oh, this is gonna suck. Yeah, gotta take these off. I think it goes like this. Yes, the metal grinding metal.
You got to take that tire off.
Maybe.
It'd be easier with it off.
Yeah, there we go. That's good. And that's a pretty good fit.
Yeah, it is pretty good. Oh, that reminds me of those spots on my 60, or those holes that we found.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get a tack in there. One more. Cool.
Nice. So I'm working on the box now. This is the little connector I was talking about. I only had one because I had one sub from the beginning, and then I bought another sub, and so I just had a hole having the wires running through there. So now I'm going to install this, and then once I get this installed, I'll go ahead and paint the box black so it'll look a little bit better. Alright, so I'm going to go finish painting the subwoofer box. I already got started, or I guess you saw that. So since I just drilled this hole and I haven't screwed in the screws, I left that thing, the little plug out. This plug, I left it in place. I don't care if I paint it, so I just covered up the terminal so I don't get that covered with paint. So right now Jack's on his second attempt to making this little jig. So the first sketchy attempt, I forgot to record. We did the same thing, but we connected the vice grip to the sliding hammer via just wire. I don't know, thin wire. And the wire snapped. So now we're making it a little bit more butch. And basically, when Jack was off-roading, ended up running into a tree, pushing this in. If you can see, it's pushed in, so we're trying to pop it back out, and the first sketchy attempt didn't work out, so now going back to the drawing boards to figure out a more I guess heavy duty sliding hammer dent pop out removal tool.
Yes.
So
looks like I'm fishing.
The less sketchy version is complete. So we replaced a piece of wire with this pipe and plate, and now he's ready to tear a hole in the side of his 60.
Let's hope not.
You're definitely gonna tear.
Should get my face protection.
Oh, it's over here. This one, or? So now it's round 2 of trying to pull out this rain gutter. Let's see what happens. I should probably get some face protection too. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Need to go tighter.
So ridiculous.
The only way to like adjust it though.
Hopefully that plate's not too thick where you can't, it's limiting you from adjusting it tighter.
No, you can get it. That's not tight enough. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Alright.
Yeah, it's working.
It's working, yeah. Yeah, it pulled out. And that's the sketchiness right there.
Alright, dude, it's fine. Yeah, this is gonna suck.
It's working though. You don't have like a piece of rod that fits behind the rain gutter that we could put back here? Just to kind of clamp it in place and might be able to pull more.
No, it's so small. It's so mashed in too.
I mean, it would help with the clamping too.
It's like shit on the edge.
It would have.
It's not a clean edge.
Have more to like bite, you know?
Feel this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right here there's like nothing.
The epicenter. Oh, it's loud. That worked, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Oh yeah, coming out.
Oh, we need to zip tie the handles together so it doesn't come off. You know what I mean? So why do you want to pull this out, like take the dent out so bad?
I mean, I don't know. It's not like it's not a big deal, I guess. But now it's like separated up here.
Oh, that happened just now?
Yeah. Like there was seam sealer there before.
Oh yeah, yeah. Turn this.
So I'm gonna need to get that out. And then re-seam sealer it and leave it alone and pretend like I never saw it.
Just fill it up. Fill it in with Bondo.
Yeah.
First seam sealer, then fill it up with Bondo.
Well, I don't know. This bracket should be useful later.
There goes that. Just turn that to a bigger project. You
What I do, man.
could have just left
What I
it
do.
alone.
What I do.
You just turn the small little dent into a huge hole.
No, it was already a rusted turd. It's good. You gotta find the cancer and
That's
get
a
rid
rusted
of
turd with a big hole in it.
it. Yeah. But now look, I can get this little O-ring thing and pull that out. It's gonna be great. No big deal.
All right.
We're good.
So it looks like that sketchy little jig, sliding hammer jig that Jack made worked out pretty good, except it just created a big hole. It pulled the rain gutter out, but it detached from this part, and this kind of stayed caved in. So that's bend that Jack could have lived with now just created another project, so he has to seal this. And then started, but you know, this will take some time to finish welding in these patches that were removing those rust spots. Meanwhile, I finished up my subwoofer box. I got it all painted, and I was thinking about going with a solo barrack. I'm not sure if I should. I kind of want to, because I want it to be a little bit louder. I think a solo barrack would just take it over the top. But I don't know. What do you think I should do? I have these small 6-inch slim fit, or they're like thin design, so they really don't move back and forth a lot. Solo barrack, I don't know what this part of the subwoofer is called, but the solo barrack just looks so much more thicker, bigger, to allow more movement and to allow, you know, pushing more air. It's a slippery slope. I've already went from 1 sub to 2. Now thinking about getting rid of this and going with a solo barrack. I don't know. We'll see. But that's already painted, everything's reinstalled, and that's pretty much gonna be it for today. We're just hanging out, and so yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Check y'all later.